All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We're back today. We're playing more Legendinthemist. We are continuing our Unseen Country campaign, which is going through some of the Hearts of Ravensdale scenarios, and we're in our second one, the Green Maiden, and we're down a player tonight because my Trey said some things that if we were to say them now on the live streams, not only would like Twitch probably kick us off, but like our YouTube channel would probably close down too. Like that's how blisteringly offensive it was. So
for the audio listeners out there, Melissa was shaking her head not at what Jeff was saying, but in remembering the things that my Trey said, and it just made her disappointed all over again.
Yeah, it was terrible.
We did agree that, you know, when you don't show up, that we besmirch your reputation. So we are all on board with the besmirching.
Did you just break? Did you just like break the kayfabe? I feel like Melissa just broke the kayfabe, right? Like just explained what was that. I had a whole thing. I was ready to go. I had more things.
Can we just imagine Melissa as a pro wrestler and her just like doing a Stone Cold Stunner and then just being like, "Don't worry, everyone, it's fake. It's fake."
It was real to me, damn it! I didn't really hit him. Whatever. Oh goodness, Melissa, come on. You know how this works. Anyhow, well, there goes the 4 minutes of banter on making fun of my Trey that we were going to do, ruined by Melissa. So
that's what I do.
Let's why don't we just kick Melissa out and it just be us guys, you know?
Nice.
I mean, all of you are having like a whole...
I know, no one will.
It's not going to be us.
It's true, especially if Melissa's not here.
I was already like kind of on the outside of the pre-stream discussion because like everyone else in the call GMs. And so they're having whole conversations about like, you know, GM prep and GM notes and all that. And I'm just...
You know how to fix that.
Twiddling my thumbs over here.
Yeah. No one's ever told you not to GM. Yeah.
In fact, people
said you're going to run We're in Danger. You said you're going to run We're in Danger at some point.
I did. Fact. Yes, that will be. Yes. Okay.
And, you know, my Trey's not here, so that's just, you know, let's just switch around the overlay a little bit.
I could do that, but no.
That would be guaranteed to be awful under these particular
the game
circumstances.
Is specifically designed to be improv, so it should be no problem at all. You've been doing this for years.
Are you saying it's a bad game, Melissa?
Not at all. Not at all.
That's what it sounds like.
I know my anxiety with not being prepared for things. So,
I can't lean back in my chair because there's a knife sticking out my back. Oh god.
I did say that I will GM We're in Danger. That will be my first GMing.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm also looking forward to Legendinthemist as we're going to dive right back in. So you all have been sent to you've been sent to Millside, this village within Wood End, one of the dales in the setting. You've been sent here on behest of Rosamund, the wise one that you met in the first arc of our little campaign. You were sent because there's some weird dreams and people weren't getting sleep and some stuff's going down in Millside that just needs that just sounds like it might be related to some of the things that you discovered when you were working with Rosamund. You spent a night in Millside. You had some weird dreams. You nearly got attacked and killed in your nightmares and stuff like that. You spoke with the local Rosamund, Fablo, who couldn't really figure out what was going on and asked you to investigate. You all agreed to. You learned from Jarko, the Cooper, that he had apparently he's taken the blame for what's been going on. He thinks he has angered Via, that is living out in the woods, the Green Lady or the Green Maiden or the Green Woman. And he did so by like screwing up an offering. And he has instructed you on how to find this altar if you wanted to kind of create a separate offering or a new offering to appease the Green Lady. But the Aldenweald, which is where you'd be going, is very strange, constantly shifting, constantly changing, plays tricks on people, etc. So you wanted to get some guides. So you hired one guide to specifically take you to go see a different guide, Rika, who seems to know a little bit more about Aldenweald because she lives within it. You convinced her to help you. Along the way, you got attacked by the most ornery skunk of all time, and that's honestly why my Trey is not here, because we could smell her character through StreamYard, and so that's what we should have done. She's the stinky one, so So we had a problem with the skunk. You guys overcame it eventually. And you kind of push forward, and we are journeying deeper and deeper and deeper into the woods. And Rika is with you. And when we last left off, the last thing we did is we were in our journey. We were kind of going through the process. And Slag, you had taken the lead a little bit, and you had come up to this tree that wasn't fully a tree. It wasn't like a tree stump per se, but it wasn't fully bloomed. It was like a hollowed out tree. And you heard a voice like kind of invite you inside in this hole, this opening inside of the tree. And that's where we left off. That's where we're going to pick up right in that exact same moment. So let's get a little music going. And let's start over to you there, Slag. So you're standing in front of this thing. It's much taller than you, but again, it doesn't go all the way up to the canopy. There's a hole in this hollowed out portion. You probably duck your head, but you can get inside. And you hear this voice that just calls out to you and says, "Well, what are you waiting for? Do come in."
You are in the tree?
Of course I'm in the tree. Why is that so strange?
Is it your home? And I'm kind of like looking into like how to get in.
Yeah, just a big hole. You just have to decide that you want to go inside. It's a big opening, and you have to duck and squeeze in, but you could get in there.
Yeah, yes, it's the whole forest is my home, but for now, this is where I am making my abode, yes.
Okay, well, coming in then, and I just duck and go in. I probably give a quizzical look to the people behind me before going in.
And all of you just see him disappear into the tree. And you go inside and you realize the tree is kind of bigger on the inside than the outside. All sorts of like gnarls and whorls and roots and kind of create little ledges here and there where you can see various trinkets and tchotchkes and stuff, little things that maybe have been crafted, or little clay pots or bowls and such. And it's a small walk inside until you see a figure sitting down, kind of cross-legged, and small face, but big features, like a big nose and big eyebrows and big ears. And you can see that there is like, a bit of like tufts around the eyes and around the like mutton chops almost. And they got a big, long, singular beard, like this. It's not like big and bushy, but it's like this long, thin string. And he's like looking up at you and saying,
"So, who are you?"
I'm Slag. And who are you?
Well, my name is Tufton.
Often?
Maybe. Well, maybe it's not.
Maybe
It's hard to
Tufton.
be. It might be.
Thank you.
Not entirely sure.
I'm feeling not entirely sure about a few things myself. Thank you for the invite in.
Well, what have you brought?
What was I supposed to bring?
You are passing through my area of the wood, yes? You want to continue, don't you?
Oh, yes. I did not realize this was your area of the wood, and yes, I would like to continue. And yes, I have brought
Not
something-
realize it's my area of the wood. My home,
Well,
it's built right in it.
I think maybe your name's not Tofton, because I was expecting someone else's name to have this area of the woods.
Well, they don't. It's mine. I was here first.
Well, I apologize then, and I am very sorry. And yes, I have brought the knowledge of how to metalsmith.
Why would I need that?
Well, in case you wish to make nails or horseshoes or a tea kettle.
Hosts don't wear shoes.
Well, they do these days. They're very modern.
I don't need a tea kettle. I have a tea kettle already.
He points over to like a clay one on the corner there.
Where would I get
But a metal
the
tea kettle
metals?
can drop without breaking. It
I
might
don't
dent,
have
but
any
it won't
metals
break.
to use. And why would I drop it?
What kind of gifts do you prefer?
Good ones, useful ones, shiny ones. Yes.
Well, metalsmithing is incredibly useful, let me tell you. I've made an entire
No,
occupation out of it.
you want to give me knowledge. If you have things that you're a smith that you want to give me, then, well, maybe we can talk about that.
Well, you give a man a smithed item, and that shoes his horse for a day, but you teach a man to smith an item, and that shoes his horse for life.
I guess you don't want to pass through here. You want to take the long way around.
I have a hammer.
That's fine. You could take the long way around if you like.
I have a hammer. Would you like a
More
hammer?
dangerous that way. A hammer? Well, let me see it. Maybe I would. Maybe I won't.
I pull out my blacksmith hammer. It's good for smithing metal and breaking clay teapots.
Why would you? Are you threatening to break my teapot?
No, I'm saying you could break your own clay teapot and then smith a
Why
new
would I
teapot.
want to break my teapots?
Because you don't need two
Very
teapots.
perplexing.
And if you have a smith teapot, why have a clay one?
But I'm not smithing it. We've been through this. I have no metal to smith. I'm in a tree.
Well, you could. Wooden pegs often need to be hammered in.
Oh, why did I invite you in? You want to give this? You want to give me this hammer? Is that what you're saying? This is your offering, the toll, to proceed further. Yes.
I also have chalk. Would you like chalk?
What kind of chalk?
White.
Is it bright white, or is it like an off-white, like an eggshell white, like a cream color?
Well, it's not like the same white all the way through. It kind of is a little bit mottled. So there are parts that are eggshell and there are parts that are very bright. So whichever you prefer, it has that.
Well, let me see this chalk, and perhaps I might take it.
Okay, I'm not actually carrying the chalk, but if you just give me 1 second. Spoonbill! Spoonbill, I need the chalk!
Do I hear
And,
him?
I'm saying you guys
calling
don't.
just-
You guys don't hear that. You guys don't hear that at all.
But we did see him
Like, you
disappear
saw him
into
go
this
inside.
tree, right?
And if anyone goes and like sticks their head in, it just looks like the interior of a tree, like a hollowed out tree. You don't see Slag. You don't see this little spriggan figure. You see nothing like that. As far as you're concerned, Slag just disappeared.
Well, damn tree ate Slag. Nothing to do. Keep moving.
I don't understand. He was right there, and then I don't understand. He's not a tiny person. He couldn't have just fit inside and disappeared. I don't understand. And
You remember how there was that like super grumpy person that you just didn't understand when she was explaining that the woods were upset? The woods are eating people.
Oh no, Slag is eaten. Oh,
Yep, all
that's so
done.
sad.
It is so sad. Thoughts and
We
prayers.
should. Oh no. This is a very sad day, and Dimity's just gonna like knock on the just walk around the tree and just like knock on the tree.
Inside the
No.
tree, it sounds like gongs are being hit. Like kind of freaks out a little bit as it did.
No respect. No
Does
respect.
that happen often?
Hello.
Only when your kind comes in here, no one else knocks on trees and bangs on trees. Living things. How would you like it if I walked right up to you right now and banged you on the head?
And you see he stands up and he starts stomping towards you.
I would not like it. I'm sorry. Just 1 second. Then I'll go tell them to stop banging, and I'll go get the chalk too, and I'll be right back. And I promise we will not go through your woods without you agreeing to let us. With all due respect.
Give me a roll here to assuage him.
Hello.
Continues to hammer away.
Do I get to call on the chalk status here?
Is it yours or is it yours?
It's a group effect that we did, but it was Spoonbill's idea, so I was playing it.
If it's a party tag, you can. Yeah, you can even say you have it.
Yeah,
on
we
if
got it
it's
as a party tag, as like supplies that we gathered.
So I would call for chalk, and then I was not built for social situations, I am learning.
Are you going to think about this very deeply?
How deep are we in this log? Like, are we super deep in the
So deep.
inventive for trying to come up with a solution that makes him happy?
Persistent.
You could use this hammer to break.
I'm really selling him the blacksmithing idea. I'm
Okay.
persistently selling him the blacksmith.
I like it.
And then-
And you're also
Uh,
punishment enduring. So
You're a tree.
like
Do you like
you're
fire and
not
metal?
you're not getting
ignoring the social awkward pain that I'm feeling right now.
Okay. I'm going to give you. Yeah, there's gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna give him. He's cantankerous, so I'm gonna put that against you. Otherwise, you can go. Rest of it.
Now, in all fairness, I am still super suspicious right now, but that was in town. Would that still apply here?
I don't think that would apply here.
Okay. Just wanted to throw it out there, so keep it above board. Quick roll?
Yeah, quick roll. This is just a successor. Fail.
Ooh, that was close. 9.
Okay. Okay. So, as you are like fumbling and panicking, and maybe you notice that you actually have chalk on you, and he'll point there.
It's right there. Oh, you're not trying to get away from me, are you, without
No, of course not.
settling
No,
our...
I didn't realize that I had it in my pockets. And normally my good friend Spoonbill carries it, and I pull out the chalk and I hand it like open palm towards him.
He takes it, kind of puts it in his mouth, and like messes his gums around it. It's got like old.
It's good if you have an upset stomach. You know, it really calms in the acid reflux. You know.
Okay. You can go. And your little band of merry travelers, but don't go knocking on trees. That is very inappropriate.
Absolutely not. Did you want the hammer too, or just the chalk?
I don't need the hammer. I'm not going to
Okay,
make
I just wanted to make sure. I appreciate it. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Goodbye.
Slag skedaddles.
Okay. And as consequence, give yourself Forest's Attention 1, which you might already have. If you do,
I
just
already
kick it
have,
up to
so it
4.
goes up. Do we
Yeah,
lose
so
the
it's just-
chalk?
Yes, you have to scratch the chalk. We'll say.
Sorry.
That's fine.
And yeah. So as you step out and through this tree, you suddenly feel like all of these trees are kind of watching you as you emerge from it, and that the hairs on the back of your neck, like this little moment of like to you, like supernatural, like this doesn't make any sense, seems to have compounded now as you stand outside and you feel seen, as if everything around you is looking at you, including your friends who have just seen you protrude from an otherwise shallow hollow within this tree. But
Who
you
was
also
that
see
banging on the tree?
Slag. You were in there. I was trying to figure out how to go where the door
That was you.
'cause
You almost got
were-
my face beat in.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you must have found a door, and I was trying to find it.
Well,
and
no.
trying to see-
You saw me go through the hole. Why would you start banging on the tree? That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
Don't
let
go
us know
banging on
to
trees
give you
anymore. No more tree banging.
back.
Gotcha. Next time a tree eats
Every-
you, we just leave you to die. Understood.
Don't. No, I wasn't going to die. I said I was about to be punched. That's completely different.
Every door you knock on was a tree at some point. How else would I let friends know that I have arrived? I would knock on the
You can
door.
knock on doors, but when I'm in a tree, please don't knock on it. Just for future reference. Can we make that a rule?
So you just get to go inside the trees by yourself, and we don't get to go. What was inside the tree?
You know what, Dimity? Next time you go inside the tree, okay? If this is
What
how
was inside the tree, and then I can decide if I would rather go inside next time or not.
an angry creature was inside the tree, and he stole my chalk, and he threatened to punch me. I was robbed.
Oh, Well, I don't think I would want to go inside a tree if I'm just going to be robbed.
I don't want to go inside any more trees either. You know, so I guess we have that in common.
Well, okay. So you went inside the tree?
Smell.
It's still our friend.
The smell is
So, what happened when you went in?
I just told you. I was robbed. They took my chalk, threatened to punch me, and now we can keep going.
Oh, we can keep going. So now we can keep going because you went inside.
Yes.
It's probably a lot like that weird old lady who took my map to keep us from walking through traps.
We like
Oh.
looking around, make sure he didn't like fall and hit his head as he's saying all this. Doesn't have some sort of like head trauma or he's not dazed.
So in trade of you being almost but not beaten up and not having chalk anymore, we can go forward?
Yes, we can go forward. And under the condition that we no longer bang on trees.
Right.
Oh, I get it now. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You guys passed by this hollow and you push further and further. Darkens a little, the day. Canopy is super thick now. You can barely see the sky. You start finding this winding path that courses between all these gnarled looking old trees with these big roots coming up out of the earth. And it's taking you like deeper and deeper. The trees get taller, they get more imposing. And you also notice that the undergrowth around here starts to get sparser and sparser, probably because the sunlight's not making its way down as easily. The air here is fairly cool. It smells like upturned earth. You can smell the dirt, the mud. And then as you're walking, and we'll say Dimity, maybe you're towards the front at this point, you see in front of you this large earthy mound looming. It's like as tall as a man and twice as wide. And then you notice that on top of it, there is a figure that's standing even taller and is staring down at you with a face that you could probably only describe as sorrowful, like these sunken deep eyes. You can see the cheeks are drooping downward a bit. Very much looks like an old man, very pale skin, if maybe ashen grayish here and there. You can see that there's all sorts of lines that are like cracking his face, and they're actually kind of glowing almost like little tiny embers here and there between those cracks. And he doesn't really move much, you can tell, but he sort of shifts slightly, and his body seems almost mismatched, like one side moving fluidly, the other moving a little bit more clumsily so. And you can see that other side has got this kind of warped and darkened look to it, and there's like a cloak flowing out as well, and maybe slag as you step up behind. Like there's this, maybe if you've ever, when you were working on different objects and weapons and tools, if you've ever maybe left like molten iron out and like got into the wrong shape, the body just kind of feels that way. Everything just feels slightly out of place. And he is looking down on the group of you as you come. And even though his mouth, his lips are very still, you can kind of actually hear a voice that echoes in the air. And he says, maybe to Dimity, I think I said,
"Rest. There's no shame in accepting that which cannot be restored."
And you feel, Dimity, there's like this kind of malaise, this sudden sense of weight kind of pressing down on you a bit here and there. And you notice all around the mound, there is this It's not quite mire, but it's like thick mud that seems to drift out. And he calls this down to you. How do you react, Dimity?
We don't want to rest, though. I'm very tired, but we must move on. We are on a quest. We have to finish it.
No, you do not. Do you know where you are?
We're together in the wood.
And there's like this flash that happens. And as you look towards your friends, as you look towards him, and as your head turns, you realize you are not in the woods, but you are on some wide, stony platform. There is a forest that's a little bit further away, but this stony platform takes up a considerable chunk of space around you. And you don't see Slag, you don't see Spoonbill, you don't see Gwylt. Instead, you see a group of, honestly, they kind of look like students. They have like little bags and slings with books and things like that. And you can see a few of them are trying, like they're staring at their hands and they're muttering words that you don't understand. And you can see little sparks of light almost flicker in their palm. And then they look towards you as a few of them, a mote hovers in their palms, and they look at you with like this sense of pride, as if they accomplished something and they're awaiting some kind of good word from you. And as they reach their hand out to you, and that mote gets closer and brighter, that vision goes away, and you are once more around your compatriots.
Did you all see that? Did you see all the students that were showing us their work? Did you see that too? We were on a platform?
What?
Did you hit your head?
No, do you not? I spoke briefly with the man on top of the mound, and he asked if I knew where I was. And then when I looked around, I wasn't here. I was somewhere else. Is the man still there on top of the mound?
He's still there, and he's looking down at you.
Your quest is unnecessary, and you are not capable of completing it. Best to turn round now. Turn around.
Do we all hear him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dimity, what do you do? Because he is directly talking to you.
But it's been sort of hard already, but we can do it. We have to help the town. So we can do this. We can do hard things. Can you help us?
And he just says,
No. Struggle is unnecessary. Rest now. You'll only fail.
give yourself disheartened 3.
Oh.
Yeah, as you feel his words and that vision kind of weigh down at you. And then let's go Spoonbill. You see Dimity's face maybe kind of grow a little crestfallen. She's muttering about some kind of vision. And you can tell that around him is this, or not only him, but this field of mud around him. It kind of gives off this this glow from the sight, this aura that is so custom, and it's almost blinding in its strength. What would you like to do, Spoonbill, in this moment?
I'd like to try and, so is it like seem like it's kind of extending out into us, or like is it kind of concentrated on him?
It's just the area. The area and him just seem to be there's like bigger. You just know. Basically, what I'm just trying to say is there's like magical auras
There's
that are
definitely-
kind of in play here.
I kind of think we just need to push past this guy. He's trying to mess with us and dissuade us and show us things that are not pleasant, it seems. So I'm gonna just try and do my best to like keep everyone snapped out of it and like, snap out of it. Don't listen to him, and try and like bolster everybody. Do something like that. Can I do like some sort of like bolstering test?
Yeah.
Give like a status for people to rely on.
Yeah.
Like snap out.
Go ahead and put together a pool and something to just sort of instill a bit of like confidence in them. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think you'd be using?
I would be using Pierce Through Deceit because I think he's lying to us. And then the Sight because I see that it's magic that is messing with us. Friends Along the Way because we're all friends. And maybe Tenacious is trying to push past this.
Okay, there are a couple things that are gonna be. You're just pushing past. You're just not even. You're just like the idea of like you're trying to move forward and like call your friends with you, right?
Yeah, I don't want them to get stuck and listen to it too much and disappear into a tree or something.
I'm going to. He's got a status that'll work against what you're attempting to do here. So let me get that going against you. All right. But yeah, otherwise you can give it a roll.
Alrighty. Yeah, I think I see the status.
Oh, that's a good roll.
That's good.
This will be. This is track
Sweet.
detailed, by the way. 13. That's phenomenal. Fantastic.
Power
Okay.
2.
So you have 2 power to spend. So I would say you can spend it to. You can spend it if you wanted to create like a status in, or I should say, yeah, if you wanted to create a status in like one person, like to buttress them by 2. So you can give them like, confident 2, or you can give like 2 different people confident 1. I think that would make sense. And like,
Okay. Yeah. Just going on. I mean, not try to medicate too much, but like, who I get the sense of is like going to struggle the most with this? Like, is anyone?
well, right
seem
now,
particularly-
Dimity does certainly.
Yeah,
look
like
a little
Dimity's
bit.
not
Yeah.
her usual like perky,
Yeah.
like chipper
Okay.
self.
Mhm.
I'll throw 1 at Dimity. I'll give you 1, and then probably Slag because he just wound up in a tree too. So
Slag is also the type of person that he just gets up and goes every single day, whether he's happy or not. So I wouldn't worry too much about him.
okay. Then maybe Gwylt. I'll give Gwylt the other. 1 to Dimity, 1 to Gwylt.
Okay, so as you like call out to them, maybe take a couple steps forward to push into this muddy mire, you start to see these little flecks of embers that are wafting and drifting out from him, hovering over top of this field. But he'll say to you as you call back and exude this bit of the sight of magic, basically, he'll call out,
Oh, I see. Do you know who you are and who your companions are?
and you feel like this kind of racking in your brain for a second as some of the embers start to fall onto the side of your head, but almost as if like there's a brightness and a heat that's just affecting and assailing your eyes. Meanwhile, as you take a couple steps forward, we'll go to Gwylt, since you were one of the people who just got confidence induced.
Mhm.
And he'll look towards you as like Spoonbill, you can see is like kind of maybe wiping away some of those embers, and Dimity seems to be a little bit little bit not here. And he'll turn to you and he'll just
Oh, and you, do you know what you seek?
what do you do, Gwylt?
I don't seek a damn thing for myself. Look at you. Were you a scholar once here? Let me get out my own book here. You want to know what my problem with you is? Despair and apathy? You want me to just give in and quit? No, you are poisoning yourself, sir. That is nonsense. Because I could turn away. Sure, I could walk back and leave all of this, but then I'm going to be miserable. And I'm going to think about it all the time. I'm going to be turned and twisted. Just like you, I think you used to care a lot. I think you used to be very knowledgeable. Who are you? What did you give up? And he'll try to assault him.
Find insecurities much, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So give me a roll. Give me a track roll. Track this.
So because there was like a hint that maybe this was something scholarly at some point, I'm maybe trying that's why he's pulling out the old tome. I'm definitely pulling out the find insecurities. I kind of cursing at him a little bit to kind of like snap, like to do the thing where you're breaking the pattern.
Sense corruption.
And that's kind of the other thing. Like I noticed where there was a mention of like a certain like muck, like maybe trying to find like a point of interest, so to speak. Those are the main things I can think of.
Okay. And the foul mouth stuff is that like your manifestation, like one of your manifestations of like your magical old ways nature, or is this just you saying things?
Well,
do you think you're tapping into your abilities?
I don't want to try and do both foul mouth and ancient curse words, but part of it is he's trying to find the words that will actually potentially break whatever this pattern is. So maybe it's better to do ancient curse words over foul mouthed, because it's more about trying to find.
It's up to you. I just want to know whether or not some of his statuses. So you do what you want to do. I'm not.
I think he's going. I'll go ancient curse words because he's more aiming for trying to. In some ways, he feels bad for whatever this thing is.
Okay. So yeah, it's something I am going to tap into one of his statuses as he's warded in some ways against magic.
That's fair.
But give it a go. Give it a.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. But because we're in this weird table, I'm not sure whether it's more important. I always like doing a disadvantage. I'm going to do ancient curses. I'm going to leave myself open to something bad happening. Okay. Let's see what happens.
What happens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
God.
Wow. Wow.
That's snake eyes.
That's
there we go. Let me just
go ahead and roll up another character really fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I deserve that.
The more bonuses you get, the worse you roll.
That's true. Well, I liked the idea of what I was doing, but I made a huge mistake.
The dice are telling the story.
Oh no.
You get this series of flashes that start to like wrench through your head. One, like definitely something with students and learning. You can see like two of them caught fighting and like getting lectured about how they're using powers, like whether they're using it to subdue, like to harm a person, like you just tried to do. Like you were literally trying to harm and sort of weasel your way into him, as opposed to trying to uplift others. You see this other flash of like these students like whispering about fighting back home, and you can see that there's and overhear conversations about like war and fighting, and you're definitely getting the sense that some of this imagery has certainly happened, but perhaps no time recently. And you see like these very kids, these young students, these perhaps practitioners of old ways, like some looking frightened, some looking for guidance, and they're like looking towards you. It's like this first person view. And then you just see as like their disappointment grows as you don't say anything back to them, and they just look at you for hope and for help, and you don't provide it. Give yourself disheartened 3. As this sense of failure and ineptitude like seems to just rebound off of him, and instead of finding his insecurities, you start to dip deep into your own. Meanwhile, Slag, you see as Gwylt.
What's the point of all this?
Oh, you know what you can do, because you got encouraged 1. I'll let you roll mitigation. If you wanted to roll a mitigation test here, because you do have that encouraged 1 from
Okay.
Spoonbill, if you wanted to try to see maybe lessen disheartened a little bit.
Emotional armor.
Yep.
Nice,
I could
nice.
try that. So.
Good job picking him, Joe.
Okay,
I have
so
the
I'll do
sight. I need
encouraged.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm traveling alongside companions, so maybe the fact I'm with people can help me feel a little bit better about myself.
That's fair. Yeah.
Rugged tenacity doesn't feel like it applies. Maybe
Do you,
I know it's kind of piggybacking at similar thing. Maybe the fact that Biscuit's with me. That's kind of similar to traveling.
Because you have established that it's a very like he's as much your companion and pet, and partner. Yeah, I'll let it.
Okay.
Make it make sense.
Okay.
Nuzzles
it a
against
try.
you, and he headbutts you in the shin.
Nice.
Jeez, it's a
Oh,
cold night.
God.
It's a cold night for old Jeremy.
It's
a
wow,
1 and a
that
2.
is- At least it's another Snake Eyes, but it's
Yeah,
mm,
it's not
a
going to worsen
bad
anything.
night.
You just take disheartened
Thank
3.
God.
Slag, you notice that
Oh.
Dimity and Gwylt look like crestfallen, but not only do they look like are their features starting to sag in like this hollow, sorrowful way, but you see they're almost physically starting to slump over. That sadness is weighing down, like they're getting mired in this mud in front of him. You see Spoonbill is slowly pushing forward, but he's barely made any progress. Like just being in this aura of this figure seems to be causing everyone to one degree or another to just slow and slog down a bit. And he kind of turns towards you a bit and just starts kind of laughing. And you see as he laughs, like these little bits, these of embers just start to fly out from him and waft down in your direction. What do you do, Slag, in this moment?
What are we doing here? We got a job to do. We're here. We got to get it done, regardless of what this guy says. Come on, let's go. And Slag just like starts trudging.
Gonna knock on the wrong tree and get people get stuff stolen from them. And
Mr. Tail.
why did we think we could help?
Slag, go ahead and give a roll to push, like put together a pool for like pushing through like muddy terrain, like whatever it is that you just physically push through and slog through this thing. Give me something like that.
All right. This stuff I think Slag was built for. So I'm persistent. I'm punishment enduring. I ignore pain of like the muscles from pulling. Quick recovery doesn't really apply there, I don't think. But also, I would say sharing the burden, because I see that all my companions are slowing down, so I feel like I've got to pick up the slack.
Okay, I like it.
Is this detailed or
yeah.
quick?
This is all going to be detailed, yeah.
Okay. All right, you got your stuff selected? Am I good to roll?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just keep doing that thing where it just constantly pops it back up. Okay. All right.
I accidentally rolled. You said yeah, so I rolled thinking that you were saying, yeah, you were ready.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Then I rolled a 15.
Okay. You've got 4. You got 4 power to spend. You rolled a 6 and a 5. Very nice roll. You have 4 power to spend. Do you just want to just push through and like blaze a path for everybody?
Absolutely, yes. That's my, like, I'm, this is what we're doing. We don't have a choice about it, so why are we even questioning it?
So yeah, you all just see as like Slag, shield, hammer, Pax just starts slugging and pushing through and just kind of carves a path through the mud. The embers are swirling around him, but he's used to embers. They fall into his skin, into his hair. They don't seem to bother him in the slightest. And you're able to like slowly follow after him. But you find yourself starting to move around this hill a bit. But you're not quite to the other side of this large patch of mud. You hear Dimity, the voice, kind of call after you. And you notice he doesn't really respond to any of you questioning him. He just kind of talks, just kind of says his thing. And he calls out and he's like,
Do you know of the forest? What do you know of the past?
and again, as he says this ember continues to swirl around and above, and all of it's kind of cascading out from him. Dimity, as you're slowly trudging through, trying to follow in this blazoned path by Slag, you hear this voice again reach out to you. What does Dimity do at this moment? He's calling down to you once more. You know it's directed towards you, but
We don't know of the wood, but we know that we have a quest that we have to follow. So it's going to be hard, but we have to try. If you want to tell us anything helpful about the woods, we'll listen.
You get this like flash once more, and you see like you're no longer on this nice little stone platform, but you see yourself like on the outskirts of the wood, the Aldenweald. Perhaps you recognize some of the trees. You can see that there is like a force of people that are kind of invading the area in these uniforms that you don't recognize, and you can see a battle that's kind of unfolding here and there, and you see the forest is afire, is alit. If you're looking to continue pushing and following Slag, do you want to put together a pool to kind of get going a little bit further, or is there something else that you're looking to do?
Man, this is hard because my personality is like rumor monger, find out the truth. So that's sort of going against this like trying to move forward thing. Because like I don't know if this image that I've been shown about the woods on fire in this battle is something that will help us like as we move forward. So it's sort of a like find out the truth, attention to detail kind of a thing.
You do notice that each time you kind of stop to listen to him, more and more of that mud that Slag has kind of pushed off to the side seeps around you and starts to wrap around your legs and slow you down even further.
Yeah, so if I'm putting together a pool to stay focused, I don't really have much other than I might, because I think it's clear, tap into our party's justifiable paranoia that like I want to find out the truth and I want to do this, but I sort of like have to tap into the group to keep me like, no, don't trust him. He's not giving information that's helpful. I don't want to be stuck here. I want to go with everybody. And then maybe I can tap into Sasha of like kind of like tugging at my arm, calling me forward. So I'd say probably those are the two that will keep me moving.
Yeah. Disheartened will work against you, unfortunately. So go ahead and tap into that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh, man! This side of the layout is not rolling very well. So that's a 6.
Give yourself another disheartened 3. So kick it up to take another tier up to 4 as you just like you look at this this mud just wrapping around your ankles. You hear his voices. You see the burning of this forest in your mind. This battle of people, and you just almost feel stuck at this point.
So sorry, I rolled a 3. Actually, it was 6 or under. So I now have disheartened 2 and disheartened 3.
You would have had disheartened 3 the first time around.
But I thought with Joe's thing brought it down to a 2.
No, he gave you. I thought he gave you a.
I gave you
a positive stat.
new tag. I didn't buy down a tag.
Oh, okay. And so now
I'll let you mitigate if you want to roll a mitigation roll here. You can.
What would I have to mitigate with?
Encouraged 1.
Yeah, I will. All right, let me add encouraged 1. Okay. It's gonna be straight.
Constant popping up with the scene text thing is driving me nuts. Try to look at other people's things, just constantly popping back up.
Yeah, I've got the encouraged 1. And then disheartened goes against it.
Yeah, and don't forget, by the way, you guys have relationship tags. You can potentially, oh my god, go away. You have what's it called? Relationship tags you can potentially tap into, and don't forget you have the ability to burn or scratch tags if you want to get a +3 instead.
Yeah. If I had tags that would make sense, I would roll them, but I don't. So I'm gonna give it a roll.
Okay.
Rolling at a -2.
All right. That's a good roll, at least.
All right, 8.
Okay.
That's where I
All
landed.
right. So yeah, instead of giving yourself disheartened 3, you'd give yourself disheartened 2, which means that
Okay.
in this case you're at 2 and 3 as opposed to 3 and
2
4.
and 3.
So yeah, it does end
Yep.
up helping. All right, Spoonbill, you notice that everyone seems to be struggling, specifically Gwylt and Dimity. You see Slag is pushing through and pushing through. You have tried to encourage your friends forward, but they continue to get stuck, both from the mud itself, but also like whatever words that this guy is kind of casting down on them, whatever visions that you've overheard Dimity mention, and you just see them beginning to move slower and slower. And I would say it occurs to you, Spoonbill, if you don't get out of this mire very quickly, you guys might never get out of it. And you see Slag pushing forward. What would you like to do?
Is Sasha also struggling with this?
Yeah, Sasha's her tag. It's a tag for her.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So when this guy's like spouting all this stuff at us, do we like hear it in our head, or is it like coming from his lips moving?
His
Is he
mouth
gonna be
doesn't seem
doing,
to
like-
move much, but it does. You all hear it. Like the only thing that isn't seem to be shared is like these visions that a few of them have gotten. You didn't really get it. You just kind of got this weird like attack on your mind. Like maybe you resisted it. But you can hear everything he's saying. But again,
Okay.
there is a significant amount of power in this region. The longer you linger, the more dangerous this becomes.
Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna try and like physically try and move people away. Like I don't really know what else to do. I can the people that are
Stick
particularly
earmuffs.
struggling. Yeah.
Earmuffs and push along.
Okay.
Do some yeah. Something like
You've got
that.
a lot of stuff that could work. You've got trusty walking stick, got hidden
Yeah.
trails and routes. You've got what else you got? Let me see. What else you got? Tenacious, bear the pain.
Yeah.
I think all that would work.
Do that.
Pierce through deceit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's deceit per se, but
throw those in. I don't really want to attack the guy because I'm worried what that would do. But just trying to prod people on. Like, I want to take advantage of. I'm not really suffering from the effects of it, but everyone else is. I'll just try and physically push them or move them or prod them along with my walking stick or whatever. Like anything to try and get people moved.
Walking stick in one hand, folding chair in the other, just like pushing people along.
So.
Okay. Yeah, give it a go.
Yeah. I'll do tenacious, bear the pain, walking stick, and pierce through deceit.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a detailed roll?
Yeah, it's always detailed. We're in an encounter, so
roll well, please.
There are limits in play here. That's a good roll.
Hey. Okay.
12.
The left side of the screen is doing well.
Yeah.
No, because I looked at your stuff. You don't have any statuses that would have worked against you, so I think you're okay. Okay. Do you want to just put all of this towards progressing?
Yes, all of it. Just
okay.
Dump it into negating whatever's messing with people.
Just grab this person and just start pushing them forward. Slag has kind of created this path, and you just push them there and push them there. You hear as Biscuits is trying to like nudge Gwylt forward, and eventually Slag and Spoonbill, you feel your feet hit harder ground, and you realize like you have made it through this muddy mire, and you look back and you can see a ways away the mound stays. The man is still there. You still see the floating embers around, and you see this long stretch of mud swirling around, kind of reforming. And you realize you have made it through the stretch. He's at a distance now. His voice is, he's still talking, but you can barely hear him at this point. As between Spoonbill and Slag's rolls, that is actually enough to slog through. And yeah, you guys make it to the other side.
Attaboy, Billy.
We did it.
And with each step,
what are we trying to do again? It's going to be so hard.
Each step, that disheartened starts to fade, and like you guys start to feel you're like yourselves again. Like some kind of fog is lifted from your heads, from your emotions, and you kind of shake it off a little bit. You still have the memories, those of you who suffered some kind of vision, but that overwhelming sense of sort of sorrow seems to be fading now.
That was a downer.
I think that might have been a good man once. I should have helped him. I wanted to help him.
I still am not sure exactly what we're doing, but we're going to do it. We're going to succeed.
We're going to ignore a good man while we do what we want to do. Great.
I don't think
maybe when
this is really what we want.
That's giving people nightmares, he'll be doing a little bit better too.
Spoonbill, do you
None
know
of this is for fun. This is because we have to.
Yeah.
I have this spot on my back that just hurts. Like I was poked.
I don't know what that's about.
Weird. I don't know.
Has anyone seen Sasha? Is she still in the mud?
You can see her. She's right next to you. She's like eating the mud. I'm hungry.
Doing like angels in the mud. Like
it doesn't taste good, but it fills the belly.
Too true. I've been eating mud all my life.
Right.
You just got to balance it with some roots.
Am I about to ship Gwylt with like a fourth girl for this campaign? Like this is the fourth ship I'm doing with him?
Yeah.
I think isn't Gwylt like an old man?
I think he's only like in his late 30s, but the mileage of being a curse eater makes him look much
like
older
80.
than he really is.
80.
Yeah, I think Spoonbill is the actual old one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Gwylt is probably only like late 30s, early 40s, but like just looks terrible.
Yeah, actually old energy.
All right. So you guys go ahead and remove those disheartens. You don't need those anymore. And I would say remove the encouraged as well, as that'll probably fade. And you kind of push forward Riva will say, like, you're getting closer. Like it's a little bit this way. She's kind of trying to navigate as the path, like the tree trunks are starting to close now a bit, and everything's becoming fairly claustrophobic. There's not clear paths any longer. You can see lots of swaying in the trees and such here and there. You continuously and even more strongly get the sense that you're being watched, but it's hard to tell exactly from where. Even every few minutes or so, you hear whispers coming from various thickets and such. But when you look or kind of shuffle, there's nothing there. They don't seem to say anything in particular, but you just kind of hear them start to flaunt at you. This is like, and Riva will explain, like, this is basically as far as anyone's really ever gone before. Like this is kind of as far as it goes. But before you notice, like, the trees are starting to like thin in this little patchy area, almost like a strange bald spot, like within the forest itself, as there's this run of trees that kind of lose their sheen. The ferns look brittle and shrunk a bit, and you no longer hear the sounds of like birds chirping or singing here and there. It's almost as if like all of the trees in this area, all of the ferns, the brush, all of it seems dead, very quiet. But you hear something moving, and you see this heavy shape that's kind of moving between these gloomy, pale trees. And then it rises, and you realize, it takes a second, that it is a bear. And you see this large but emaciated looking bear in front of you. Its fur is stained with mange, and you can see it's like snarling. It's just and at its feet, like right below, you can see it's like ripping something apart. And those of you with decent eyesight still, it's not a fresh kill. You don't see any game on the ground. Instead, you see these splintered bones and this armor that looks familiar to you. It looks not unlike what you saw at the bottom of that pond and that which came out of the barley near Ravenholm. There's no possible way like anything would have any kind of nourishment, but nonetheless, like, this bear is just like and then it turns in your direction, and you can see these eyes are extraordinarily hollow, and suddenly it speaks as you hear it say, "Oh." And let's see who's out in front. Oh, Slag. You
Probably would have been up front as well.
Okay, so we'll say Slag, Spoonbill are kind of up front, and you can see it starts to charge as it slumps back down to the ground. And it's charging at you, Slag. What would you like to do? How do you react in this moment?
Pull my shield, and I crouch down and like just brace plant my feet as solidly as I can, and I'm just barely looking out, and like the moment it gets close, I just want to jump forward and use the spike on my shield into it.
Okay. Yeah, give me a roll. Obviously use a track, track it. Give me a track roll here. It's gonna have a few things working against you. It has terrific strength. I'm gonna go ahead and say that'll be in play here. And yeah, sharp claws.
Is there
and teeth,
something?
I think. Yeah, I think those two, sharp claws and teeth.
We don't.
And it's terrific.
It doesn't need both sharp teeth and sharp claws. It just needs one or the other.
Yeah, it doesn't need those two things, but it's nice to have both. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't need a hamburger
I would like
and
to
fries, but it's nice to have.
Calling my cedar shield reinforced against shattering, because this is a big thing coming at it. Center spike to actually do the damage. And I know this thing's going to hit me hard, and I'm bracing for it, so I would argue for punishment enduring and ignore pain.
Yeah, you can. You can use them now if you like, but you can also potentially
them.
use them in.
I'm planning on
reaction.
succeeding, so I don't need to react.
Okay, it's a good plan.
You know, yeah.
plan.
It's a plan.
I'm not sure it's a plan. It's more of a hope.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and burn center spike too, and just say that I'm trying to like jam this spike into it so that it breaks off.
Sure.
Yes, and
Detailed.
chat pointed out that the shield does have terrific stink on it. So, you know,
I
there's
carved
that.
that off. I
It does.
cleaned it off.
Oh,
That's a decent roll. It's okay. It's okay.
The bear would still
Okay.
smell it.
I think
The stuff worked for me instead of against me, so it gave me too
yeah.
much
So
fun.
that'd be
Nope, sorry. So it'd be a 13 on the roll. Did you have 7 tags? Or did you
I
burn
had
something?
He
Oh, you
burned.
burned something.
Burned.
Okay.
tags,
Yeah,
and I burned
yeah.
something.
You have
So I should have
7
13
power. 5 power.
5 because the 2 taken away from the sharp claws and teeth and terrific strength.
Gotcha. Okay. What would you like to do with the 5 power?
I want to just put it entirely towards this bear and just say like it's gouged or something like that from the spike,
Just wanna
or
harm it?
impaled, I guess, because I burned the spike so it like splits off the shield.
This thing charges at you, screams hungry, and it's just charging.
Hungry, hungry, hungry.
And as it lunges, you get your shield up, and you all watch as it envelops him. But then it lands right on top of Slag. But then you notice that the bear doesn't really seem to do anything else. And you see crawling out from underneath the bear, covered in like this kind of dark, sticky blood, almost like that miasma that you all saw. You can see Slag. You can see his busted shield with a broken tip. As you've taken this thing down.
Did I
It seems
oh
seriously
my
one shot?
gosh.
You seriously?
Okay, I would like to use a special improvement too while I have it. Once per session, when you use your shield as a weapon and succeed, you can intimidate, encourage, or impress one person or close group in the scene. So I would like to give Impress 2 to my companions, if
Okay.
possible. A close
To
group.
everybody?
It says one
Does it
person
s-
or close group. So I don't know if group counts as something else. If it's one person, it's going to be my buddy Spoonbill.
I would say everyone can take Impressed 1. Impressed with Slag 1. Impressed with Slag 2 for everybody is quite a lot.
No, that's fair.
It's like
That's
6 power worth of status.
I just didn't know if close group was like group of minions or if it was like
No,
a
it's
mechanic
fine.
or something. No.
It's fine. But yeah, you have impaled this thing and you roll it over. Yeah.
You've saved all of us. That was quite brave.
Just had to hold my ground. And I go and I start like rummaging for the spike that broke off. And I
Mhm.
just kind of like wipe it off my shirt as best as possible and pocket it and say, all right, so we keep going.
Was it talking?
It was talking.
It said it was hungry.
Does it look like a normal bear or like what?
I mean,
Why
he's
was
already
it
been
talking?
eaten by a
Like-
tree. He probably didn't want to be eaten by a bear too.
You could roll. You could roll a knowledge chest of some kind, Spoonbill. There's going to be a lot. It's going to be very difficult, but you could try to roll it. I'm
Okay.
going to say this would probably have the equivalent of like a -3 on it, though, from
Okay.
kind of like adventure
Um,
tier, sort of different tier for you.
Yeah, because I'm curious, like, is this like some sort of mystic beast thing that we killed, or is it whatever's happening in the forest is doing stuff to normal creatures? Like that's kind of what
Yeah.
Spoonbill wants
Put
to
together a
figure
pool,
out.
but give yourself a -3, and from that, we'll see what you have left and what you might learn from this moment.
Well traveled, and then discern magic and the sight. It's probably all I can think of.
Okay. Yeah, give that a roll.
Is this detailed?
Detailed, because you might have some questions that you could potentially ask here.
Okay. And it's a negative.
Yeah, it's a -3. I'm going to treat this like an adventure tier bit of discovery here.
Okay. The challenge. So it's got the sharp claws and teeth and strength and stuff.
Get rid of that. I will get rid of those. Okay. Go ahead.
Think that rolled correctly.
Okay.
Just made it.
Did it take away
7.
3?
Yeah, you're good. You got a 7. You have 1 power. So I'll give you one question. Ask me one question you would like to know about the bear.
I basically want to. I'm trying to see, is this like some sort of mythical creature, or is it a normal bear? Like, I don't even necessarily need to know if it's like the name of the creature or whatever, but like, is it a bear that got transformed from whatever it was eating or something, or is it a person that
You have in your travels, you are well traveled. You have heard stories of a species of bear within the Aldenweald. And again, stories, myths, tales of a kind of an intelligent, more than the average bear, right? Maybe they speak. Maybe you've heard stories of them speaking. Maybe you've heard them like they're sentient. Like it's a different. It's not just a standard bear. Your instincts are right. This could be it. But this is for free because you can tell by looking at it. It's been infected by whatever it was like gnawing on, which you now can see is the same kind of ruined, desiccated corpse with an armor that you've seen before. And it seemed to have been like gnawing on it for some reason.
Yeah.
And that seems to have infected it.
The stuff that we saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is not a normal bear. Your instincts are good.
Okay. Yeah, I'd relay that. Like, this is some, I don't know what they're called, but I don't think that's our typical bear. At least the miasma didn't transform it, but it definitely made it worse, antagonized it, or maybe kind of made it lose its mind or whatever.
So it was sick. So
Yeah,
putting it out of its misery was the best thing.
sure.
Maybe
Probably
one
about
of
as
them.
good as we could do with a bear.
I mean, it was self-defense. It charged me. It's not like I was.
Yeah,
It was coming right at you.
It was surprising that it spoke.
yes.
Maybe we'll find another one to talk to that won't be sick.
Well, now you're trying to make me feel bad, Dimity. This thing was about to kill you.
Oh no, you were very brave. You were very brave, and you saved all of us. Sorry, I'm still shaken off earlier. Still not quite back to my usual self, but good job. She
Would
says,
like to have
not
helped it,
back
but
to her
it's-
usual self yet.
I'll take you saving somebody over. No. Oh, it's been a bad day.
It
Poor thing.
weighs on us a lot, but
Poor thing.
good job, Slag. You saved us.
You did well. We're just a bunch of sad sacks today. Sorry.
Is it too
Right.
big to
Poor
like
Steven.
move it in a way that we can at least do some sort of like respectful, maybe not burial. I don't know how long we're going to spend, but like,
Okay. It is enormous. It's a bear, so it's quite tall, and quite heavy. Even though it's definitely emaciated, it's still quite big. What would you like? What would you think? Like again, Spoonbill, Gwylt. This is probably your area of expertise. Like, it's possible you could have cleansed it if it was alive, but you don't know that for sure. Like you don't know.
I don't know.
You definitely know it's been infected.
If it's been devouring something, like I don't know how much. It's one of those things where like if it was still here, I'd feel more certain. But there's no reason not to at least give it the benefit of the doubt. We don't really fully know what happens beyond. So
And-
if there's a chance to pull out some of the contagion as we lay it to rest, I'd
So
agree
whatever
it's
it was
worth a
eating-
chance.
Brought it, like the thing that it was eating was brought back from the dead. So taking whatever it was eating out, whatever type of energy that was, doing something against that. I don't want to have to fight a zombie bear like this.
No, it's fine. You see Gwylt take out like because he's a woodsman. He maybe has just some small like survival knife, and just the disgusting work of like cutting open the bear's belly, pulling out whatever this thing's been eating. The weird, the bear has been eating the undead thing, and now Gwylt's gonna like cut open its belly, pull out whatever the bear's been eating, eat it himself, and start doing the whole curse eating routine in the hopes that maybe the bear's spirit can find peace.
Okay.
Or you become hungry and you try to eat us, and then I have to hit you with my shield.
I'm not saying it's never happened before, but there's no way the dice could turn against me right now. I'm due.
I'm not going to ask for a roll on this one because I feel like if you take the time and you know what you're doing and you're careful and you were again, you had already previously been exposed to this stuff and it didn't like turn you, right?
Mhm.
At least. So I think if you're careful, it's fine. But I will say that everybody take the status time passes 1,
Okay.
as this will take some time.
I already
Yeah,
have
I
to.
feel really bad not helping the past guy. I feel obligated to at least help the bear.
But yeah, we'll say maybe an hour or 2 passes with you doing this, trying to remove from it whatever the source of that corruption, whatever it ate that might have befouled it. And maybe do you bury it? Do you burn it? Do you do something like that? Or do you just sort of leave it?
If we have the time, Slag would try to burn it, I think.
Okay. So yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
thought too.
Well, yeah. So while he is doing his surgery to remove the tumorous kind of growths inside, the rest of you collect nearby wood and such, build a little pyre and set it to rest. Okay.
And we make sure that we don't cut any wood. We only take what's already dead and dropped because we've gotten in trouble with this forest enough times. We don't want to do it even more.
And we make sure we're in an area where it's not going to spread and it's not going to set other trees on
Mhm.
fire.
There's a
And we're
big
being very
bone pile
careful.
over there, so it's
Well,
probably
this area was very like downtrodden.
Cleared. That's right.
And it was like a bald spot in the forest. It almost felt like you, for the first time in a while, you didn't feel the hairs in the back of your neck stand up as if, but the minute you guys leave this area, once more you feel it again. As you guys eventually start pushing forward even further. And you do see that over time, like it gets lush again. You can definitely see like there's certain verdants, like although there's some gnarled trees and twisted roots and things like that, it does seem like the forest itself starts to grow green once more. And just before what you think must be nightfall, because it is very, very dark. And it's been dark the whole time, but now it's even more so to the point where you probably have lanterns out. You find a small clearing. And it has all this soft and damp earth. And in the middle of it, you can see there is this expansive yew tree that is just opening up in front of you. And there is this hollow, wider, yawning, much bigger than the one that you saw, Slag. That's like right there in the middle of the roots. And you can see that within it, there are these like smaller roots that are kind of tangling around what looks to you and is confirmed moments later by Riva as a wooden altar. And you can see it's decorated with these fresh buds and these roots and things like that. And even as you're watching and you blink, you can see they're like writhing and slithering about here and there, as if the very altar, the very space is growing before you, nodding into the shape of, after a moment or two, appears to be a small green woman. It's not almost like an effigy in some ways. You can kind of feel the presence again, and this gentle breeze starts to move through you, and you very much feel as though something is watching you, or someone. Let's see. Gwylt, what do you think you do in this moment?
Oh, okay. Let's make some bad decisions. I think because of just the way the day has gone so far, there's the smart way to approach this, and then there's the way he's going to approach it because he's tired and frustrated and disheartened. Even though the disheartened tag is past, it's still... Alright, listen up here, you old green witch. We have gone through hell to reach you, and we don't understand why you're so pissed, but we want to fix things. Why don't you just get out here and show your blasted self? Pretty please, with a slide of scum on the side. I don't know what you need to hear from me. And just starts a tirade, trying to call her out.
Okay, you almost, you hear the shuffling of the trees around you as the wind starts to cascade through the branches, and it almost sounds like laughter, but nothing appears.
What if... Oh, sorry.
Just remember what Jarko said, to come and make an offering, right?
Yeah,
of some kind.
we've got to
Repair
put
his
something
offering.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I felt that's what he would do.
Because
What had
he
been-
was upset that he put things from the wood, and he thought that was what upset
He stole
her.
from her and offered her back the things that he stole. So, what would Dimity offer?
So Dimity has ribbons and pins and fancy thread that she has been using for the tapestry that she's trying to put together for her quest.
Okay. So do you want to offer up one of those, Dimity?
Yes, I will offer both.
Okay. I'll say, I don't want to be cruel, scratch one.
Okay.
Okay. What about Spoonbill?
What that I can offer?
Folding chairs.
I was thinking about it, but
What
I
else?
don't know how much use you would have of that.
A folding chair? Oh,
So you definitely
goodness.
don't want to do the
He's gotta
trusty
build a
walking
couple there.
stick. Because
She
the trusty
comes out,
walking
it's like,
stick is probably made from
I
the wood.
have been standing for so many
This is
years.
exactly what I
Finally.
And it's a folding chair, so it's probably made of metal, so it's not
Does
made
it
from
have-
the wood.
Lumbar support.
What about your way to die?
Yeah, the way to die was the only other item I could think of
Okay.
that I had on me that
So you
I could offer up.
want to... Okay, yeah, go ahead and scratch that and place that atop your... atop the altar here. And then what about Slag?
So Slag has already broken off the center spike of his shield. He's going to quickly take his hammer and take off the metal banding that reinforces it against shattering until it is just as much bare cedar wood. There's still a few nails and things that you can't take off without ruining it, but he's making it as faithful to the cedar aspect of it as possible. And then he says as he goes up and places it by the tree, just as we ask for your protection, this shield has offered myself protection over the years, and I am now asking for your protection instead of putting the faith in the shield itself.
So
He
all
looks
of you
back and
make
he's
an
like,
offer.
I'm not very eloquent.
Yeah. All of you make an offering of some kind, some physical, some vocal, berating, humor. All of you increase your forced attention, give yourself forced attention 1, which for all of you should be kicking it up to a higher tier. Okay. As it's very clear at this point that all of that movement of the branches and the trees seems to be a response. You can definitely get the feeling now that you are absolutely being watched, your actions being assessed and judged in some ways. These breezes start crisscrossing in front of you, your hairs stick up the back of your necks once more. Once everybody, what does everybody have for forced attention? What do you
That
have,
was my
Steven?
first one.
3.
Was my first.
Okay. And 2 for Gwylt. Okay. All of you go ahead and convert your forced attention status to waking dreams. So just edit it and change it to waking dreams, or just give it of an equal tier. So if you have forced attention 1, give yourself waking dreams. If you have forced attentions 2, give yourself waking dreams 2, and so on. Okay. As this breeze starts to cascade and kicks up dirt and leaves kind of flutter in your face here and there, the darkness is ever present. There's just that bit of lantern light. And all of you see as the leaves start to blind you in this like whipping wind, you see as they fade away, not this clearing and not this altar, but instead Millside, the village that you came from, that you stayed in, that you know everyone is beset with nightmares and everyone has been trouble sleeping. The Enders, as they're commonly called, the Wood Enders, you can see that what you left has exacerbated. You can see that people are kind of grasping at invisible figments. You can see they're stumbling over tools. You can see they're falling into ditches. You can see like the animals are now fully free from their enclosures. You can see in one of the mills the sounds of the saw churning and these sleepy, like somnambulous, sleepwalking carpenters and millers are like approaching it in this very dangerous and terrible way. You can see children are wandering all about. One of them like falls down into the very well that Dimity was lingering around. You can see others are just running far afield as like chaos seems to have unfolded within Millside. And then you all see like that same bit of leaf and dirt starts to swirl around as you see all of this transpiring, maybe a small bit of fire here on a thatched roof. And all of that again gets obscured once more by all these leaves, by this sudden blockage to your sight. And as it fades, you are again not back in this clearing. You're not back at this altar. You do not see the yew tree in front of you. Instead, it is an unfamiliar spot somewhere in the forest. It's lush with like emerald green growth, and it's surrounded by 3 like mighty trees. Like one of them clearly an oak, one of them a maple, one of them a beech, and you can see a stream of this pure water. It's like flowing between the trees, weaving between them, and then just disappears into this barely seen like crevasse in the rocks, this cave-like opening. And you hear a whispering voice, and you've been hearing whispers this whole time, but you've never quite been able to understand what has been said. But you hear a voice, and you know it to be the Green Maiden. And you hear her say, "Come to me. Come." And it doesn't sound like evil or malevolent, but definitely like bemused, and like it kind of echoing that breeze of laughter after Gwylt's hurled not insults per se, but his attitude. And then moments later, again, that vision is obscured by all these leaves, and it falls down in front of you, and you see you guys are standing in this clearing once more. The altar is in front of you. All these leaves now fall onto the ground itself, covering up that moist earth, and you all can see each other once more.
I don't think it worked. I saw a vision that things were worse. What did you all see?
It seemed
I
like
thought
everyone
I
was
saw
still
it used to
asleep
be
and
better.
He called to me.
By the trees in the stream.
I don't know. I felt like the vision was telling us that this used to be a beautiful place, but something clearly infested this.
It's actually more of an invitation, as she said, "Come to me." I think someone was her. And when you look around, there is those 3 giant trees, that cave opening, that stream. You don't see any signs of that here. The vision you saw was of a completely different place.
So maybe we have to go there? Maybe our offering was not the whole thing? Maybe we make the offering and then we go.
we earned an invitation.
Slag wants to go up to the yew tree and just reach out and, I guess, touch it. Like, he knew the tree that he saw before was sort of similar but smaller, and he just wants to connect with it, I guess.
Yeah, you reach out, you touch it, you feel that breeze once more, you hear the shuffling of the trees around you, and a whisper that kind of carries on the back of that ruffling, and you just hear the faintest bit of her voice once more. Come to me. So faint.
Want to join in with Slag and also approach and put my hand on the tree too and see if it does anything, if it's louder, if it's quieter, if I also hear the voice.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say if all of you continue to do this, it's just the same thing over and over again. Like, you hear the rustling. It doesn't seem like there's anything...
Guys touching a tree.
anything that the yew tree is doing, per se, but it definitely seems... Like, again, all of you felt like she was inviting you to a place.
So when that
Find
doesn't
where that is.
necessarily do anything, I think Dimity would just ask aloud, "Where are you?"
And you see, like, on the far side of the clearing, you can see these branches kind of untangle a bit, and it creates this opening in like the vegetation on the far side. I don't even know if it's north, south, east, west. You're so far deep into the forest and you haven't seen the sun for some time, but you can certainly see that something reacts to the question.
Slag sees the branches unfold, and he looks towards Spoonbill, who's still touching the tree with him. Did we do that?
Big so. I think this was us.
I asked her where we go, and I'm so confused. Is Riva still with us?
Yes.
Because she had given us something to help hide from the Green Lady, and so I'm trying to figure out when we should take it, but it seems like we need her to see us to keep moving with this, so I don't know, maybe that's gonna be our way out, maybe?
Yeah, maybe we hold on to that just in case we piss her off good and proper and we need to run.
Okay.
Not
So-
that running
so
will
for
make
now-
a difference here.
So for now we go.
Mhm.
For now we follow the opening.
And we try not to piss her off first.
I won't knock on anything, won't stomp on anything.
I'll
You
let
see
other people
Divity just sort of fold her hands and walk through the opening that was made.
Slag
I'll
follows.
go that way too. Onward.
At this point, Riva is she'll look at you. No. This is for you, not for me. And you can tell, like, she didn't mention anything about visions. That was something that you guys. She also didn't make an offering. She just stood here. I'll wait here if you want, and help you on your way back if you come back. But no, I don't treat with the Via. No, I ask for nothing, and I give nothing. Respect is all we'll have. I'll respect the wood. She respects my privacy, and that's all.
Thank you for getting us here safely. Appreciate that.
Yes. I suppose stick around for us, but I don't know how long it'll be, so I don't want you to be trapped out here in a while, or if we'll even come back through this way. I'm kind of lost, but stay as long as you feel safe.
Nice of you to worry about me, but don't worry. Don't worry at all. You have more important things, it seems. But if I don't see you by the morrow, then I'll return. I'll tell your tales.
Fair
Be
enough.
safe.
Be day after tomorrow, just in case.
I've got a lot of things to do the day after tomorrow, unfortunately. It's a very
doesn't work for
busy
me.
day. Yes, I was going to go get my hair done, so the appointments are quite lengthy. You have to book
makes sense.
months in advance.
I was planning on getting my nails done the day after that. Not my nails. Yeah, no, I have to smith
Yes.
some nails. I've got
I
a big
understood.
order.
The minute you said it, yes. Anyway,
Be safe, Riva. We will see you soon.
I hope so. So, yeah, you guys continue to sort of push through then, and you find this path. You leave and follow it, and as you're doing so, it feels like the forest is like pushing down on you, and each of you continues to get series of visions. They interrupt. They don't come all at once. They stumble. Some of them are of Millside again. Some of them are glimpses of this grotto. Some of them you hear like whispers and see faces like Dimity. You hear like the familiar voices of various friends and neighbors from Ravenholm. You hear secrets spilled about each other here and there. Things that maybe you knew already, things that maybe you didn't. But all this strangeness, a voice that you hadn't heard in a month or 2 months, you know, a face suddenly appearing within the darkness of this bush that shouldn't be there. Slag, you kind of hear the sounds of a tinking here and there, the sounds of metal. You can actually even see from time to time these rocky outcroppings interspersed between the trees, the twinkle of some kind of metallic vein, sometimes precious metals, perhaps sometimes something more mundane. You can see here and there hanging from the trees like these old weapons and armor, like fruits, it seems. Some cases a sapling sprouting from the ground with a breastplate around it, rusted and old, as if it was just part of their bark and who they are. Gwylt, you actually see like lines of people filing from the undergrowth here and there. You can see some of them pass by you just in front, some of them pass behind you, and you quickly turn and you only see a trail of them as they disappear into the other side of the path, all of them covered in markings and wounds and the type of rashes, the type of desperation that you commonly see for people who come to you for your curse cleansing services. And Spoonbill, you are constantly shifting head to the left, head to the right, as you see lingering in the darkness beyond this path these different forms of creatures of twilight, like kind of lingering around, some of them blinding you at times as they turn and you lock eyes with them, and their eyes, like starlight, just seem to blind you in some ways. And you're constantly trying to kind of avert your eyes to see more of that creature, but can never quite get the angle. But eventually, all of you find this, not clearing per se, but this path, these 3 trees, this small kind of route that goes down into a cave. And you see the stream of water that's kind of filtering in. You see the stony path, and as you continue to follow it, you eventually find like this pool at your feet. You are inside of a cave, a grotto of some kind. Rocks are kind of here and there dotting the water, and you can see that from above there's like slender roots that are hanging down like threads that are swaying a little bit, even though the wind has not followed you into the cave. And you can see on the ground here and there's moss that seems to glow with this very gentle green light, and as you step closer to it, it kind of shies away and grows thinner each time you set a foot down atop of it. The air has a freshness to it, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly what the scent is, but it's hard not to just associate that smell with greenery, with verdance. And each breath you take, it comes in and comes out, and it's kind of it's enticing, almost like you want to bundle it up and bring it with you. And as you continue to follow the side of this path, this watery stream, you see it opened up into a bit of a pool, and you can see in the water there is a presence. You can see at first glance it is a very tall, very majestic looking woman reclining on a rocky formation in the center of the pool. It's as if like the cave itself had made a seat for her, and she is now sitting atop of it. There are a couple heartbeats maybe go by, and you can see that all of the rocks and stuff, vines are hanging down from the ceiling. The water itself is like not quite separate from her. It's everything's kind of one. She blends into it in some way. It's not a woman and a cave. They're connected physically in some fashion. And she stands up from that seat as you walk in, and she towers over you, like just utterly. Your head's all strained to look up. Does anyone say anything when they first walk in?
Thank you for agreeing to meet with us. Thank you for welcoming us.
And so she turns and she looks at you. Her eyes kind of flicker with this glow, as if she's considering you for a moment. It's hard to read her face because it's not entirely human. It's green, but you can certainly see it has features of any other person you might see. But there's something different about it. There might be a crook of a smile. It's hard to say. Does anybody else say anything or do anything as you enter?
All right, let's just get to it. I admit your majesty is impressive, and you're clearly mighty and greater than us. But the once fantastic beauty of what you were has been spotted. You have a thorn in your paw. We are small at your feet. I get it. But we would gladly help with that thorn if you would let us.
You almost hear her chuckle at what you just said. What about Slag or Spoonbill? Do either of you do anything? And again, you guys could just stand there slack-jawed. That's totally fine. But do
I
you?
think that's pretty much
and-
exactly what Slag
okay.
does. He just kind of takes the hat off and kind of like holds it to his chest. And he like kind of like mutters a couple like syllables that don't actually make sense before he just realizes he's got no words.
Spoonbill?
Yeah, I'd be doing something similar where I feel like I'm probably just overwhelmed with the sight and all that, like being around this and trying to get that under control before I can even process what's going on.
Okay. And so, as like Gwylt finishes what he says, there's like a very soft chuckle, like the glowing the glow in her eyes seems to brighten for a second. And she says, No, you have the wrong of it. You stand before the Green Maiden of the Emerald Branch. The silent call all seeds hear when their time has come. You all have come so very far, toiled so hard. Won't you now awaken? Won't you rouse from the sleep and brush the cobwebs from your eyes? Like she looks out at you, but it's almost like a rhetorical question in some ways, as if she waits, like there's this like very small pause. She looks at you, and you can't tell if it's disappointment.
What do you mean? We were asleep before, but we've been traveling for a long time to try to find you. We're not. And she will just sort of pinch her arm. But we're awake.
Find me you have, and find you I have. For the very dreams I sent them to find you, to bring you here. They are only frightening because you are not yet ready, or you refuse to see what's before you. It is all right. You are weak still, feeble. You live in a very small corner of your world, unaware. But the world does not move at your pace. The world moves as it moves. And whether you are ready or not, it is time. You have but one season to grow into a tree before the coming of the great frost. Your Lady of the Dales. And you guys briefly flashed the image of like that statue that you all had cleaned to the south, that protective altar, the stories of the, and you guys know who the Lady of the Dales is. It's like your it's not God per se, but like your, you know, who you all credit. But the Green Maiden says you are her seeds. But even seeds must sprout in time or die. If you wish for the dreams to cease, I can do that, yes. But so can you. You merely need to awaken. Make me an offering of your comfortable, cozy shell. All that you must leave behind to grow. And only then you will stop hearing my call in your sleep.
But what about everyone
Yes.
else? Do we make offering on their behalf?
Oh, dear thing. Small dear thing. They have the dreams they do because I sent them to them. And by giving those folk the dreams, you came to rescue them. And in coming, you answered my call. Do not worry about the people beyond. All you need now is awaken. And they will not have anything worried, anything to worry about, anything to fear.
Good, that's why we came, to help them.
You choose to. And you make an offering, of course. Something perhaps you have outgrown? Or something you do not need anymore? Or perhaps the part of you which scares you the most? The weakest part of you, perhaps? A memento rooting you to the past? Proof of your devotion? Or a symbol, perhaps, of what you hope to become?
Dimity reaches into her bag, and she has an inherited golden needle. So that is what she will kind of root around in her bag. And is there, is it something that I just reach out? Is there somewhere that I would set it down? Or am I just sort of holding it out to her?
You see this pool in front of you, within which she is standing on this rocky islet in the middle.
So I'll kind of this has been passed down to me through my family, and this is the needle through which I learned the threefold knot and hope to learn other things. But this is what I offer to you. And so she'll sort of do a bow, curtsy kind of a thing, and kind of lay the golden needle in the pool.
And you can see she smiles. Good. Very good. The first of many steps that you must take very quickly if you are to beat back the frost. Does she stand alone?
No.
Slag kind of looks at Gwylt as we both say no at the same time, you want to go next, or should I?
You're the bigger man. You can go first.
Slag gives a resigned sigh, as he didn't really want to go. Milady, I already offered you my shield, which is the finest thing I've been able to create. I take a lot of pride in my creations, but my strength is that I ignore discomfort. And if you're telling us we need to shed discomfort, you're asking me to shed my strength. I suppose the only thing I can give you is pain that I can't ignore. And I put my hand down on one of these stones in the pond, and I take my blacksmith hammer and I just smash it down on my hand.
And you see, as you pull the hand back, the stone had maybe some hard edges, blood starts to drip down from your hand, maybe into the water itself. How very strong of you. How very brave.
Slag is crying at this point. He's always he's never allowed himself to have tears from pain, but this time he's just giving into it.
Such bravery
will be needed. There is great danger to come, my blacksmith friend, and you have so little time to sprout. Even now, far to the north, the Winter King battles with the city of Stormhelm, and it will not hold out for long or forever. You must be ready. And this is the first step to get you there.
She turns
Slag
to
is like nodding, but also he really did have trouble focusing on what she was saying because he made sure to hit as hard as he could with his blacksmith strength, and just kind of like when she stops talking is more when he like snaps to, and he just like takes a couple steps back out of the pond.
She turns towards Spoonbill and Gwylt at this point.
Ah, I see. You have talent. The old ways are your matron's gift to you. A gift that she received from us very long ago. If you wish to protect your people, you must uncover the past.
She like looks again with these glowing eyes, like as if awaiting something from either of you.
There was a figure not so far away of ember, despair, had a aura of a scholar from the, I don't know if we'd call them images, dreams, maybe it's a vision from before. I have this tome that it guided me on the beginning of my path, and I think I've helped so many people with it, but then listening to him, I grow fearful of the despair we can fall into when we're only willing to see things by the words that a man defines in his own terms. But it seems like there's a bigger picture beyond what can be written down, and there's the flaws in the interpretation, and maybe I need to move beyond what's been written in this book. I don't want to turn out like him. I wish I could have helped him, but I can at least not get stuck like him.
There is no help you could have offered, Ashen Epitaph, but that you wish to offer it speaks well of you.
So you offer the book?
Yeah.
Okay. She, like, as you said it before, like it sinks into the water.
Excellent. Yes. There are many kinds of creatures of twilight. Some dangerous, some helpful. Ashen Epitaph is dangerous, but can be reasoned with. He lingers in the past. It is important that you know the difference between the before and what is to come. It is important to understand the past to be able to affect the future. Heed that lesson well, Curse Eater.
And finally, she like stares over towards Spoonbill now.
And Spoonbill would kind of step forward and say, I've spent most of my life unhappy with the gift of my sight I've received. I felt it gave me more problems than I wanted from it. It's been I've seen it as a burden, and I've only really tapped into it just for, parlor tricks or to do my own sort of benefits from it, but I've never used it as a gift I've never seen it as that. So if I'm to change or to grow, I suppose accepting that I have this is definitely my first step on that. I've wasted a long life not looking at it that way. And he would probably just walk into the water with that.
You walk into the water and you quickly sink, and you're kind of washed over, and you still hear her voice. And she says, "Seer of twilight, seer of the unseen. There were many creatures of twilight. Many were once children of twilight. That is how they receive their name. It is what the kingdom of Gwylt once called stars. But they fell from grace because of their part in the war. A war stirs again now. My wayward oracle. Ensure that you have finer vision so that you might lead your friends forward. If you wish to protect your people, you must find the roots of the old ways. Your matron's gift. They were sequestered in the dales under her enveloping hem. I do not know where to look, but you should follow your hearts, and they will lead you there. Awaken them, and once awakened, you will have what you need to protect those that you care about." And then as you wait for a moment, the water kind of recedes. All of you watch as the pool just suddenly lowers, and you see a drenched Spoonbill appear, standing on a ledge in the rock beneath. You all have made such fine offerings. Do not worry about the people of Millside or Wood End. Their nightmares will cease, as will yours. But you have a great task ahead of you, and very little time to do it. Most seeds, as yourselves, have many seasons to sprout, but you all have but one. Do not linger. Do not tarry. Find the source. Find the origin of the lady's ways. Awaken them. And there is but a chance that the Winter King will not consume all of the dales. You may go now. She kind of sits back down, reclines a bit, crosses this long, lanky leg over each other, but you can see her feet don't fully form as they're vines that sift down into the water. She looks at all of you.
Thank you. We appreciate your generosity, and we will do our best to rise to the occasion that is needed. She gives another sort of curtsy and steps back.
Mm-hmm. You all feel her presence, you almost, again, the hairs in the back of your neck, and each of you kind of hear a voice, maybe individually, you don't hear it echoed throughout the chamber, but it's in your mind, communicating directly to you. Do not think that I would allow you to leave without offering you a boon. And Spoonbill, go ahead and give yourself, well, actually, you can choose if you like. All of you can choose a boon that you can add, a tag that you can add. Boon of the soft soil, that's one option. It will help you navigate difficult or wild terrain. Boon of the distant memory, which allows you to observe a previously visited place through a vision of the same place in the present. Or boon of deep roots, which would help you heal physical injuries. And in each of your minds, she offers you this choice.
What was that first one again?
Boon of the soft soil. It helps navigate difficult or wild terrain.
Okay.
Second was boon of something memory.
Boon of distant memory. Basically allows you to observe a previously visited place through a vision of the same place in the present.
Slag will take the
I like
boon
that
of
one.
the distant memory because taking the deep roots, I think it was, to heal, kind of feels counterintuitive to the offering he just gave her.
What about Dimity?
I feel like bottom row, well, everyone seems to like the memory one, so Dimity will not go for the memory one. I might go for deep roots.
So all of you, like, as you make your choices. Mhm.
Then
No one's taking soil.
I'll probably do soil
take
because that
soil.
fits along with navigation too.
okay. If you do soil, then I'll do memory. I just wanted to balance it out somewhat.
Yeah, and plus, obviously, my choice not here, but she's
Yeah.
technically in the scene, so we'll let her have her choice as well. So we'll say, like, she directs you, the Green Maiden, to like a patch, a vine, or piece of wet soil, and instructs you to pick something up and kind of place it. And so it could be a handful of soil, it could be kind of a small bit of water that she wrapped, that like you were able to like wrap in this leaf that doesn't seem to sort of leak, or like unearth some roots and with her permission tuck it away. And then the opening to this grotto widens, and she invites you once more to leave.
Thank you. We will do our best. Thank you for your gifts, and we won't let everyone down.
Hurry now. The seasons turn quickly.
Slag does not need more encouragement. He's uncomfortable around just the supernatural in general, but then like her actual majesty in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
If she says it's time to go, it's time to go.
Like, put your hat back on and like go.
He's using that as a bandage right now for his broken hand.
Oh, fair, fair.
Got some
Cool,
restorative
Trent.
honey.
Did you offer her restorative honey, or do you have some?
No, for his hand.
Oh, for his hand. For his hand.
Yeah.
Well,
Gwylt's just
we
trying
can
to
say.
pull.
Go ahead, go.
Oh, trying to pull Bisque away from drinking at the pool.
Okay. You can even tell, like, he has been on his best behavior, kind of just staring up at her, because it's not just the forest, but it's the creatures within it, right? Okay, so we'll say that you are all able to leave the grotto without much difficulty. As the more and more you move away from the grotto, the visions fade. You can start cutting your statuses of those waking dreams. You are able to find Riva fairly quickly. And I'll say that you are all able to, over the course of the next day or so, perhaps 2 days, make it back to Millside, where it is a kind of a lazy sort of afternoon. Many people seem to be sleeping, like in the middle of the afternoon. Tempers seem to be less curt than before. But it does, one little bit of information does come to you with a bit of surprise. You guys thought you were gone for maybe 4 or 5 days. But as you hear the stories and you look at, how long you've been gone, you speak with Fablo, the wise one here. You speak with the innkeeper and the various people that you've met. You check in with Jarko. It has been about 2 weeks since you all departed. And you were in fact gone for about 3 times as long as you believed yourselves to be. And even now, you can see leaves beginning to fall here and there. And that is, I think, where we're going to go ahead and end, with you all having heroically returned from a trek deep into the Aldenweald and having helped the people of Millside get rid of their nightmares, but have now taken on a very immense task, as you all are apparently seeds, and you need to find the source, the roots of the very old ways that the Lady of the Dales has gifted your people. But that'll be next time. We'll do that next time.
Yay! We did it.
Sasha hasn't eaten in 2 weeks.
She's like, you look over to her now, and then she has like a big chunk of the bear. She's just chewing on that.
Oh no! Just the one piece that did get burned.
It's a little gamey.
We just need to teach her to be a curse eater. She'll never go hungry.
I'm going to lose my apprentice, and then suddenly Gwylt has a goat and an apprentice.
Oh my god, poor Sasha. I feel bad. Okay, yeah.
When Dimity was stuck in the mud, I was waiting for Mel to say Sasha has the talent where she can carry a lot, and she's just going to start carrying Dimity.
Oh goodness.
Missed
All right.
opportunity.
Okay. Well, that's great. So that's second of 2. We have our third. So we're going to run 3. So the final adventure is going to be not next week, but the week after. Is we're going to take a week off, and we'll be back. We're going to do one more within the Hearts of Ravensdale campaign. If you're following this along, because you just got your books, because they're delivering and all that kind of good stuff, we are playing the actual scenarios, but not all of them. So there's more scenarios. There's more places to go. You see, so if you play the longer campaign, all 7 of the scenarios, there's more places to go, more places to see, more things to do. We're playing an abbreviated version of it because schedules being what they are. But you should definitely check them out. I just kind of cherry picked some of the ones that I really liked. This is one of the ones I really liked, and so I wanted to make sure we do it. But we're gonna have one more next time around. But before we get there, let's do a couple closing plugs, and then we'll get on out of here. So I'm gonna toss it over to Steven, because Steven's my friend, and he's gonna tell you about stuff that he made.
I made a game called Huckleberry. It's a Weird West action horror tabletop RPG. Think Hellboy and Tombstone. You can go to huckleberryrpg.com/pre-order to grab your copy. It is at the printer right now, so hopefully we'll be fulfilling very soon. Use code Lolly for $5 off.
Fantastic. And Joe plays over at Defenders of Cobalt as well. So it's good friends of ours. We've known them for years. You can catch them streaming, Wednesdays and Fridays? Is that right, Joe?
Yes. Yep. Wednesdays. I'm not sure what game. Are you in that game, Jeremy, on Wednesday?
Yeah, we've got the Moratory Supers game going now.
Okay, cool. And then we're doing Forbidden Lands on Fridays right now.
Awesome. It's definitely a favorite of ours here. Steven ran an awesome Forbidden Lands campaign a couple of years back here on the show. And it's a great game. Awesome game. Okay, and then as for us, first thing I should talk about, We're in Danger, game I'm making. If you're interested in supporting it, it's coming to backer kit later this year in October. It's a horror and disaster game. It's a game that's based kind of around scenarios. So it's like a one-shot kind of game, and you maybe link a few together, but really you're playing out your favorite horror movies, your favorite disaster movies, all that kind of good stuff. There's a backer kit page up right now, just kind of following along, and it'll launch sometime around spooky season. So if you're curious, take a look at that. In terms of our streaming schedule, we got Wildsea tomorrow night. That's Tuesdays. We've got, normally we would have Coriolis on Thursdays, but this week we're actually playing We're in Danger as we're taking a brief break from Coriolis while one of our players is out of town. And then Saturday we got some One Ring, and that's it. All right. So that's it for us. I'll rate someone here in a second. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.